Hello everyone. This video is all about distance and midpoint formulas. In this video we will learn about finding distance between two ordered pairs and also finding the midpoint of a line segment that is connecting two points in a coordinate plane. We know that if we are given two real numbers, that is a and b, if it belongs to set of all real numbers, distance between a comma b is nothing but absolute value of b minus a. This we discussed in our review video. Suppose we are given two ordered pairs, that is 2 points on a coordinate plane, that is a of x1 comma y1 and b which is x2 comma y2. So how to find out the distance between them? We know that individually x coordinates are nothing but real numbers and y coordinates are nothing but real numbers. So it must be like, if you have to find out distance between x2 comma x1, it would be nothing but absolute value of x2 minus x1, and distance between y2 comma y1 or y1 comma y2 is nothing but absolute value of y2 minus y1. Don't worry about this thing. This is not an ordered pair, so that's why interchanging it doesn't matter. This is just a function being applied on two real numbers. So somehow we can see that our distance between the two ordered pairs should be related to this formula. We shall now derive the formula for distance between two ordered pairs. For that I need an x-axis and a y-axis. So this is our x-axis and this is our y-axis and this is the origin. Suppose if I consider my A here at this point and B here, without loss of generality, I can consider both the points in first quadrant. This would be A of x1 comma y1 and this is B of x2 comma y2. We have to find out the length of this particular line. So how do we do that? We shall establish a right angle triangle like this. I'm sorry. Okay, right angle triangle like this, where the right angle is at this particular vertex. We can see that the distance between the origin and this point is nothing but x1. Correct? And the distance between origin and this point is x2. So if I name this vertex C, so now AC will be x2 minus x1. The same thing applies to the y-axis as well. The distance between origin and this point is y2 and the distance between origin and this point is y1. So BC is nothing but y2 minus y1. So now we know the lengths of the two sides of a right angle triangle. So using Pythagorean theorem, we can find out the length of the AB segment, that is nothing but our distance of AB. So using Pythagorean theorem, we can apply that as d of a comma b whole square is nothing but squares of the sum of the squares of the other two sides, that is x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. That means d of a comma b is nothing but square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. So this is the distance formula for two ordered pairs, that is 2 points on a coordinate plane. So now we will apply this formula and solve a problem. Suppose we are given x-axis and y-axis, and I shall number them origin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and -1, -2, -3, -4, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So if I consider points point A as -2, 3, -2, 3, so our -2 is here, this is -2, and 3 is here. So -2, 3 would be this particular point. So this is our A, -2, 3. And if I consider B to be 4, 1, 4, -1. So our 4 on x-axis is here and -1 is here. So 4, -1 is this particular point. This is our B. So if we have to find out the distance between A and B, that would be the length of this, the length of this particular line segment, correct? So applying the distance formula now, I can consider this to be A of x1, y1, and this to be B of x2, y2. Just substitute the values in the formula given above. So d of A, B is nothing but square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. That is nothing but, what is our x2 here? It is 4 minus of -2, that is plus 2 the whole square, plus y2 is nothing but -1. So y1 is 3 minus 3 the whole square. So this would reduce to square root of 6 square, that is 36, plus square root of -4 the whole square, that is 16. So this would give us square root of 52. This is the distance between A and B for the given points above. So this is how you solve it. You may be given a pictorial representation of points wherein you have to find out the coordinates by yourself looking at the graph, or you may be given points directly wherein you can substitute, like choose your x1, y1 values, x2, y2 values, and substitute them in the distance formula. It doesn't matter whichever point is assigned A or B values. That doesn't matter because you are squaring the number, so the sign doesn't matter. And you already know that distance of A, B is equal to B, A, that we discussed in our review video. Now we shall derive, before going further, I'll give you the quiz questions at the end of the video. So before going further, we shall now derive the formula for finding out the midpoint of the line segment that connects two ordered pairs. So this is our x and y axis and our origin. Again, I will consider the two coordinates. For deriving purpose, it doesn't matter where you consider the points because that is just a general formula. While applying it, you can apply based on the signs of the coordinates and based on where the points are exactly in which quadrant the sign changes. So you can apply respective signs and perform proper operations that will help. So for deriving, it doesn't matter in for comfort, to be comfortable while solving things, we put all the points in the first quadrant. So I will consider A of x1, y1 here, and B of x2, y2 here. So now I have to find out the midpoint of this line segment. So this is here, this is not a number, we have to find out a point, that is an ordered pair. So this would be m of x comma y. We have to find out what is this ordered pair, what is the value of x and what is the value of y, or which is that point M. So for that I will draw two right angle triangles like this. So where the right angles are, so where the right angles are here, and name the vertices as C and D. Okay. Yeah. So now we know that the distance from the origin and this point is nothing but x, because we have defined M to be here, and distance from origin and this point is y. Correct? Distance from origin to A would be x1, and origin to C would be x is already defined, and origin to D would be x2, right? And origin to B for bat, is y2. So AC will be, our AC will be x minus x1, and MD will be x2 minus x. MD will be x2 minus x. And we can see, okay, this is x minus x1 and this is x2 minus x. So we can see that the two triangles that we have drawn are congruent. Why so? Because AM is equal to MB. Because M is the midpoint, so it is dividing the line segment AB into two equal parts. So they are equal. And there are right angles. So angle ACM and angle MDB are equal. And their corresponding angles here are also equal. So in that case, the two triangles AMC and MDB are congruent. To each other. We know that parts of a congruent triangle, corresponding parts of the congruent triangles are equal. Therefore, we get x minus x1 to be equal to x2 minus x1. So now if you solve this equation, we get x2 minus x. It's not x1. It is x2 minus x. So if we solve this, we get 2x is equal to x1 plus x2. So x will be x1 plus x2 divided by 2. So we got the first coordinate, that is x coordinate of M. Similarly, if we calculate y coordinate, that would be BD in the triangle is nothing but y2 minus y, and MC in the triangle AMC will be nothing but y minus y1. So again, corresponding parts of congruent triangles are equal. So y2 minus y is equal to y minus y1. If you solve for y or bring all the y terms towards one side, it would be y2 plus 2y is equal to y2 plus y1. So y would be y2 plus y1 divided by 2. So this is our y coordinate of M. So if we have to write M of x comma y, that is nothing but x1 plus x2 divided by 2 comma y1 plus y2 divided by 2. This is our midpoint formula. So if you are asked to find out midpoint of two ordered pairs or 2 points on a coordinate plane, we will apply this particular formula. Let us do a problem. So this is problem number 28 in your book. If we are given points -1, 1 and -6, -3. So this is our x1, y1 and this is our x2, y2. So find out the midpoint of that. So that will be m of x, y. Apply the formula here. So that would give us x2 is nothing but -6, x1 is -1. So -1 minus -6 divided by 2, 1 plus of minus is -3 divided by 2. So that would give us that would be -7 by 2, -2 by 2. So this is nothing but -7 by 2, -1. So now is the time for your quiz 1.9.2. Plot the points on the coordinate plane. Find the distance between them and find the midpoint of the line segment joining the points. So the points are, first one -2, 5 and 10, 0. Second one 2, 2 and -1, -1. Third -2.5, 3.5 and -1, -2. Sorry, -1, -2. So solve these three, and the next video would be about graphing the expressions, how to draw graphs. We shall learn about how to graph the expression so that we can pictorially represent things. So see you in the next video.